It all started on a quiet evening when everything seemed normal, just like any other day. The sky was clear and full of stars shining softly over the small town where the main character lived. He was someone who enjoyed simple things, walking, in the park, reading books, and working his usual job. His life was calm and peaceful, with nothing unusual to talk about. But that night was different, though he didn't know it yet. As the clock moved closer to midnight, he was standing outside, his house looking up at the stars. Suddenly, a bright light caught his attention. It was not like any airplane or satellite he had seen before. The light moved slowly and changed colors, from blue to green to purple. It made a soft humming sound that felt strange but not scary. Curious, he followed the light with his eyes, wondering what it could be. Then, out of nowhere, a figure appeared near him. At first, he could not believe what he was seeing. It was a woman, but not like any woman he had ever met. Her skin had a gentle glow, like moonlight shining on water. Her eyes were deep and calm, with colors that seemed to shift like the light in the sky. She looked peaceful, but strong, and there was something kind in her smile. He took a small step, back, unsure if he was dreaming or awake. The woman spoke softly, her voice clear but warm. She said, "I have come for you." The words felt strange, but real. The man blinked, trying to understand. "For me? Why?" he asked, his voice shaking a little. He wanted to believe she was real, but part of him thought it was impossible. The woman explained that she was from far away, from a place beyond the stars. She said she had traveled a long distance to reach Earth, and not for just anyone. She came specifically for him. At first he was silent, confused by what she was telling him. How could an alien woman come so far just to find one person on this huge planet? It sounded like a story from a book or a movie. But here she was, standing right in front of him. Despite his surprise, he felt no fear. The woman's presence was calming, as if she meant no harm. She looked at him with gentle eyes and said, "I am not here to hurt you. I want to talk, to share what I know, and to explain why I came." Something inside him told him to listen. They sat down together on the grass under the stars. The woman began to tell him about her journey. She said her world was very different from Earth, different skies, different colors, different ways of life. But she had heard about Earth and its people from stories passed down through her people for many years. When she learned about him, she felt a connection she could not explain. The man asked, "Why me? There are so many people on Earth. Why did you choose me?" The woman smiled softly and said, "You have a special heart, a strength that you may not even know yet. That is why I came." He looked at her, wanting to believe, but still uncertain. She didn't push him, she just waited patiently, letting him understand in his own time. They talked for hours about her world, the stars, and the unknown mysteries of the universe. The man found himself forgetting about his doubts and feeling a deep curiosity instead. She showed him small things, like how to listen to the quiet sounds of the night, how to watch the stars differently, and how to feel the energy around them. It was like she was teaching him a new way to see the world. Each moment with her was filled with wonder. As the night went on, the man's mind was full of questions. How was this possible? Was he dreaming? Was this some kind of test? But deep down, he felt something else. A hope, a spark of something bigger than himself. The woman said she had waited a long time to find him, and that their meeting was no accident. He looked at her and finally said, "If you came all this way for me, then I want to understand. I want to know why." The woman's eyes shone with warmth as she nodded. "I will tell you everything. But first you must be ready to believe." That night, under the wide sky, a quiet promise was made. The man knew his life was about to change forever, even if he didn't fully understand how. The alien woman stayed with him until the early morning light, sharing stories and answers to questions he never thought to ask before. When the sun rose, the woman disappeared as mysteriously as she had come. The man was left standing alone, with a heart full of wonder and a mind full of possibilities. He knew that whatever was coming next, he would not face it alone. From that day forward, he looked at the world differently. The sky held new meaning, and the stars were no longer just distant lights. They were signs of something waiting to be discovered. And he waited, quietly and patiently, for the next time the alien woman would return. After that first night, the man couldn't stop thinking about the alien woman and her words. She had said she came from a faraway place beyond the stars, and that she had traveled a long way just to find him. The idea was hard to believe, but something inside him told him she was telling the truth. So when she returned a few days later, he was ready to listen and learn more. This time, she came quietly, without any bright lights or strange sounds. She appeared in the same spot outside his home, with her calm smile and glowing eyes. The soul. Man felt both nervous and curious as she spoke again. She began to tell him her story, explaining where she came from and why she made such a long journey. Her world was very different from Earth. It was a planet far away, spinning slowly around, a distant sun. The sky there was not blue but a soft shade of violet, and the trees were tall with silver leaves that shimmered in the light. Her people were not like humans. They were taller, with smooth skin that glowed faintly in the dark. They lived in harmony with their environment, respecting every living thing. The alien woman said their culture was based on peace, knowledge, and a deep connection to the stars. She explained that, long ago, her people started sending explorers across the universe to learn about other worlds. They wanted to find new friends, understand different cultures, and share their knowledge. Her mission was one of the most important because it was about something special, something connected to the man himself. The man listened carefully as she spoke, amazed by the beauty of her world and the kindness of her people. She told him that many years ago, a prophecy had been made in her land. The prophecy said that one day, a person from Earth with a unique heart and spirit would help bring balance to many worlds, including hers. This person would have the power to unite different beings and protect the universe from harm. When her people studied Earth, they searched for this person. It was not easy because Earth was so big and full of billions of people, but her scientists found signs that led them to the man. He had qualities hidden deep inside him, qualities that made him different and important. The alien woman's journey was long and difficult, but she was determined to find him and tell him the truth. The man felt a mixture of surprise and disbelief. He had never thought of himself as special. His life was ordinary, filled with normal work and simple pleasures. But now, hearing her story, he started to wonder if there was something more to him than he realized. The woman could see his confusion and gently explained that sometimes people do not see their own strength or importance until someone else helps them discover it. She said she came to help him understand his own heart and to prepare him for the challenges ahead. She also talked about the dangers that existed in the universe. Not all beings were peaceful like her people. Some wanted to control and harm others for their own gain. These dark forces could threaten both her world and Earth. That was why finding him was urgent. His special qualities could help protect many lives and bring hope to those in danger. The man began to feel the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. It was a lot to take in, an entire universe full of mysteries, good and bad beings, and a destiny he never knew existed. Yet, at the same time, he felt a strange excitement. For the first time, his life seemed to have a purpose beyond what he had ever imagined. The alien woman showed him some of the ways her people traveled through space. She described ships that moved faster than light and technology that could heal wounds and communicate across galaxies. She explained that her journey to Earth had been long but guided by hope and belief. She told him about the stars they used as beacons and the signals that led her to his location. She said it was not just science but also a feeling, a connection, that guided her steps. The man thought about the night she first appeared and how he had felt that strange calm. Maybe that was the connection she meant. The woman invited him to ask questions, and he had many. He wanted to know how her people lived every day, what they ate, how they worked, and how they thought about the future. She answered each question, with patience and kindness, opening a new world of ideas and dreams. As they talked, the man began to feel that the alien woman was not just a visitor but a friend. She did not rush him or demand anything. Instead, she offered support and understanding. The man started to trust her, even though everything was so strange. Days passed, and their meetings continued. The woman taught him to listen to the quiet sounds of the universe, like the gentle hum of energy around them and the soft whispers of the wind. She showed him how to look at the stars differently, not just as points of light, but as homes of many stories and possibilities. Slowly, the man's world grew bigger. He learned that Earth was just one small part of a vast universe filled with life and wonder. He understood that he had a role to play, even if he did not yet know all the details. The alien woman promised that she would stay by his side and help him discover the truth about himself. She said that together they could face whatever challenges might come and protect the balance between worlds. At the end of each meeting, the man felt a mix of amazement and hope. He knew his life had changed forever, and he was ready to take the first steps on this new journey, guided by the woman who had come from the stars just for him. The more the man learned from the alien woman, the more he realized that his life was very different from before. He had always thought of himself as an ordinary person, but now he understood there was something inside him that made him special. This realization both excited and scared him because it meant he had a destiny he never knew about. One evening, as they sat together under the stars, the alien woman decided to share a secret with him, something very important about his past and why she had come to Earth for him. She told him that long ago, before he was born, something rare and powerful had happened. His family, without knowing it, had a connection to her world, a connection that linked Earth and her people in a way that was hidden for many years. She explained that this connection gave him a unique gift. It was not something visible like a physical power, but something inside his heart and mind. A strength to understand others, to bring peace, and to face challenges with courage. This gift was why she had traveled across galaxies to find him. She believed that with time and training, he could use this gift to help not only Earth, but many worlds in danger. The man listened closely, his mind trying to take in everything she said. He had always felt different, but had never understood why. Now, he was learning that this difference was part of a greater story. The woman's words made him feel both important and responsible, as if he carried a secret power waiting to be awakened. She also told him that not everyone wanted peace. There were forces in the universe that wanted to control everything and everyone. These dark forces had been growing stronger, and if they were not stopped, they could bring harm to many worlds, including Earth. The man's special gift was one of the keys to stopping them. The woman's story made him realize that his life was no longer just his own. He was part of something bigger, something that crossed stars and planets. This idea was hard to accept, but he also felt a strange calm inside him. It was like a quiet voice saying he was ready. To help him understand his gift better, the alien woman began teaching him how to listen to his feelings and the world around him in new ways. She showed him how to calm his mind and open his heart to the energy that connected all living things. It was not easy at first. Sometimes his thoughts were confused and he felt tired or scared. But the woman was patient and encouraging. She explained that his gift was about more than just power. It was about kindness, patience, and understanding. The greatest strength came from knowing oneself and being able to help others. The man started practicing every day, learning to quiet his mind and feel the world in a deeper way. One day, as he was practicing, he suddenly felt something strange. Inside him, a warmth spreading through his chest, a feeling of lightness and peace. It was like the energy inside him was waking up. He looked at the woman, who smiled and said, "You are beginning to understand." This moment was very important for the man. He realized that the gift was real and that he could feel it growing, stronger. It gave him hope that he could make a difference, even if he did not yet know how. The alien woman also told him stories about others who had similar gifts in the past. Some had used their powers to bring peace and protect their worlds. Others had struggled because they didn't understand their strength or used it wrongly. She warned him to always choose kindness and courage, no matter how difficult things might become. As the days passed, the man and the alien woman grew closer. Their friendship was built on trust and respect. She shared her knowledge, and he shared his fears and hopes. The man began to see her not just as a visitor from another world, but as a guide and a friend who believed in him. One evening, the woman showed him a small, glowing crystal from her home planet. She said it was a symbol of hope and strength for her people. Holding it in his hand, the man felt a connection to her world and to the mission ahead. The crystal seemed to pulse with energy, reminding him that he was not alone. But with this hope came new questions. The man wondered what his life would look like now. Would he have to leave Earth? Would people believe him? How could he protect those he loved from the dangers she warned about? The alien woman understood his worries and told him that the path would not be easy, but he would have support. She promised to stay by his side and help him prepare for whatever was coming. Together, they could face the unknown. At the same time, the man knew he had to be careful. He could not tell everyone about the alien woman or his special gift, because some people might not understand or might even try to harm him. He needed to keep this secret safe until he was ready. The idea of carrying such a secret was heavy, but the man felt stronger, knowing he was not alone. The alien woman's presence gave him confidence and hope for the future. One night, as they looked up at the stars, the woman said, "The universe is full of stories, and now yours is one of them. You have a purpose, and I will help you find your way." The man smiled, feeling a mix of fear and excitement. He knew his life had changed forever, and though the road ahead was uncertain, he was ready to walk it with courage. From that moment on, he began to see himself differently, not just as a man living an ordinary life, but as someone chosen for a greater destiny. And though the future was still a mystery, he believed that with the alien woman's help, he could face it with hope and strength. After learning so much from the alien woman and beginning to understand his special gift, the man realized that his journey was only just beginning. The peaceful moments they shared were soon mixed with new challenges that tested his courage and heart. He found himself facing difficult decisions that he never expected to have to make. One morning, the alien woman came to him with a serious look. She told him that there were others in the universe who did not want peace or kindness. These forces were powerful and dangerous. They wanted to take control of many worlds and destroy anyone who stood in their way. The woman said that these dark forces had started to learn about his gift, and some of them might try to find him too. The man felt a cold fear inside. The idea that he was being watched by unknown enemies was frightening. But the woman reminded him that fear was natural, and it was important to face it with strength. She said that he was not alone, and together they could protect each other. To prepare for what might come, the alien woman began to teach him how to defend himself. These were not ordinary lessons about fighting with hands or weapons, but about using his mind and heart. She taught him to stay calm even in danger, to trust his instincts, and to use his gift to protect others. Sometimes, the man would practice alone in quiet places, focusing on his breath and the feelings inside him. He learned how to find peace, even when the world around him seemed troubled. These practices helped him grow stronger and more confident. The woman also helped him understand the importance of trust. She explained that he could not face the coming challenges alone, and he would need friends and allies. But trusting others was not easy, especially when the secret of his gift had to be kept hidden. The man struggled with this, wondering who he could truly trust. One day, the woman told him about a group of beings from different worlds who worked together to protect peace in the universe. They were called the Guardians. They had helped many people and worlds in danger before. The alien woman said that when the time was right, he might meet them and find support. The man felt hope again. Knowing that others were fighting for good made him believe that he could be part of something bigger. But he also knew that the path would not be simple. There would be dangers, sacrifices, and moments when he might feel alone. At home, life began to change too. The man found it harder to keep his secret from family and friends. He missed sharing his thoughts and feelings with them, but he knew he could not tell everything. Sometimes he felt lonely because of this, but the alien woman's presence gave him comfort. One evening he shared his worries with the woman. "I want to protect those I love, but I don't want to be alone. How can I balance this?" he asked. She smiled kindly and said, "Love and trust are your greatest strengths. Keep them close in your heart. When the time is right, you will find others who will stand by you. Until then, you must be patient and strong." The man took her words to heart. He practiced patience even when it was difficult. He learned to accept that not everything would happen quickly or easily. His life was changing in ways he could not control, but he could control how he faced those changes. The alien woman also shared more about her feelings. She said she had been searching for him for a long time, guided by hope and belief. Now that she had found him, she felt a deep connection, a bond that went beyond words or worlds. The man realized that their friendship was growing into something stronger. This gave him warmth and courage, but danger was not far away. Strange things began to happen around the man. He noticed shadows moving in the corner of his eyes, unusual noises at night, and sometimes a feeling of being watched. The alien woman warned him to be careful and to trust his instincts. One night, the man was walking home when he saw a figure standing far away. The figure disappeared quickly, but the man's heart raced. He knew the time for hiding was coming to an end. The woman helped him stay calm. She said that these were tests, and they showed that the dark forces were near. But she reminded him of his strength and the power of his gift. Together, they could face whatever came next. The man began to prepare in new ways. He kept his mind focused, practiced his abilities, and stayed alert. He also thought about what kind of person he wanted to be. He wanted to be brave, kind, and true to himself, no matter what happened. Even though the road was hard, he did not give up. The alien woman's belief in him gave him hope and determination. He knew he was not alone, and that his journey was part of a much bigger story. With every challenge, he grew stronger. With every fear he faced, he found courage. And with every moment of doubt, he remembered the quiet promise they had made under the stars, that he would walk this path with hope and strength. The man looked ahead, ready to face the future, knowing that together, he and the alien woman could protect what was precious and bring light to the darkness. After many days of learning, growing, and preparing, the man knew that the moment to face his destiny was near. The alien woman had been by his side through everything, teaching him, protecting him, and helping him understand the special gift inside his heart. Now, together, they were ready for a new beginning. The man had changed a lot since their first meeting. He was no longer the quiet, unsure person who looked at the stars with curiosity. Now he felt strong, brave, and ready to face whatever challenges came their way. The woman's words often stayed with him. "You have the power to bring hope and peace, and together we can protect many worlds." One clear night, the woman told him that it was time to take the next step. She explained that she could help him travel beyond Earth, to meet others who shared his gift and who worked to keep peace in the universe. This was a chance for the man to learn more and to be part of something bigger than he had ever imagined. At tea. First, the man felt nervous. Leaving Earth, the only home he had ever known, was a big decision. But the woman's calm presence and encouraging smile helped him feel brave. She reminded him that no matter where he went, his heart would guide him, and he would always carry Earth with him. Together, they prepared for the journey. The alien woman showed him a special ship from her world. It was small but fast and safe, filled with glowing lights and soft sounds that made him feel calm. The ship was a symbol of hope and new beginnings, just like the glowing crystal she had once given him. When the time came, the man stepped into the ship, feeling a mixture of excitement and calm. The woman took his hand, and they lifted off, leaving the familiar blue sky of Earth behind. As they traveled through space, the man looked out at the stars with wonder, feeling the vastness of the universe around him. During the journey, the woman told him stories about the Guardians, the group of beings from many worlds who worked together to protect peace. They were warriors, healers, and friends who believed in kindness and courage. Soon, the man would meet them and find others who understood his gift and mission. When they arrived at a distant world filled with shining towers and peaceful gardens, the man felt a sense of awe. It was beautiful, unlike anything he had ever seen on Earth. There, he met the Guardians. They welcomed him warmly, seeing the strength and kindness inside him. The man realized he was not alone anymore. The Guardians shared their stories and taught him more about his gift and the universe. They showed him how to use his strength to help others and how to stand against darkness with hope. The man felt his confidence grow with each lesson. But even as he learned and grew, he never forgot Earth, the place where his journey had started. The alien woman reminded him that protecting Earth was one of his most important tasks. She said that his love for his home made his gift even stronger. One day, news came that the dark forces were moving closer to Earth. The Guardians prepared for a great challenge, and the man knew that it was time to act. With the alien woman and his new friends by his side, he felt ready to face the danger. Together, they traveled back to Earth, moving quickly through the stars. When they arrived, the man saw his home with new eyes. He felt a deep love and a strong will to protect it. The battle was not with weapons or anger, but with courage, kindness, and strength of heart. The man used his gift to bring calm and hope to those around him. His presence helped others believe in peace and stand together against fear. Slowly, the darkness began to fade. The man's strength, along with the support of the alien woman and the Guardians, made a difference. The balance between worlds was saved, and a new peace was born. After the battle, the man looked up at the stars once more. He felt grateful for the journey he had taken, from a quiet life on Earth to becoming a protector of the universe. The alien woman smiled beside him, proud of how far he had come. They knew that the future would bring new challenges, but they also knew they would face them together. The man was no longer just a person living on Earth. He was a bridge between worlds, a symbol of hope and courage. And so a new chapter began. The man and the alien woman continued their journey, learning, growing, and protecting the peace that connected all living things. Their story was just one of many in the universe, but it was special. A true story of friendship, bravery, and the power of believing in something greater than oneself. Under the endless sky, the man smiled, knowing that he was exactly where he was meant to be, ready for whatever the stars would bring next.